Hey guys, it's Cerulean Jake bringing to you another episode of Fire Emblem Engage, and in this episode, we are going to continue on with our business here. Unfortunately, we have been dealt a great blow in our journey to save the world from such fell dragon shenanigans. We have been reduced to a mere 2 emblem rings. Now, of course, we still have our DLC emblem bracelets, and that's very fine and very good. But our rings, not a whole lot. So, first thing I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to check. Ah, yes, I have some new goods. Always want to check up on this every now and again, because we come down here. 2 new Master Seals. Don't mind if I do. I believe that puts us at 3, I want to say.
Do come again.
And you know what? Why the hell not? Let's just handle it right here and right now. So, Saline, you're awfully close. You are obviously up on the chopping block on who I want to promote. Jean's already there. Yunaka can't promote. You're there. You're another one I want to promote. So is Diamant. Ivy starts at level 17. And I did mention that we will be using her. So she's another very good option to just immediately promote. We're going to have to pick one of them. While I'm thinking on it, I didn't actually plan this because I wanted to keep it a little bit of a surprise of what's in the store there. I'm going to go ahead and grab my other things while I'm thinking on it. Alright, am I going to have to take all of you? Okay, this one. This one's a good boy. The rest of them, terrible. All of you, awful. So I'm thinking that maybe, since we haven't seen a whole lot of Ivy yet, we ought to go ahead and promote her. That way we can kind of immediately show her strong suit. Show the strong side of her. Yeah, I mean, it's all pretty bad, but we figured it would be. Gives us more iron weapons to toss down here, which is great for a 3-star. Is that all that was required? I think so. Can I get away with... No. Of course not. That's good to go. Just toss it. So I think Ivy will for sure be one of them. You know what? Since Saline is so close to promote, or not promoting, to leveling up, let's take a look at everybody else. Ooh, see, if other people were close to leveling up, I was going to have Saline level up on the next map, and then we would promote her. But since nobody else is close, this is kind of what I should be using these trainings on. So Saline does need to promote here.
I am Saline.
What a conundrum.
I am Zelkov. That is all you need to know.
Not a great matchup for us, but luckily we hit all our moves there.
What a joy this has been.
Some good EXP out of that. Ooh, immediately get the level. Very nice. Very good level, too. Follow that up with... Probably get Chloe a level.
I am Chloe, Royal Knight of Firene.
Maybe I'll go back on what I said.
Irrelevant.
Let me move my microphone, because I'm kind of... I had some audio issues in the past few episodes where I was very, very loud. As a matter of fact, I'm going to adjust this really quick because it does have me in the red every now and again, even when I'm just kind of talking. So I'm sorry. Sorry that I'm doing this on the fly. hopefully I'm not compensating too much. Hopefully this is good. I just better not yell is the thing, which it's nighttime here, so better for me to not
I
yell.
will act as your opponent today.
Wake everybody up.
I swear to a fair and
I also,
honest challenge.
I just want to make sure that I'm louder than the game
I'm
itself,
still so
because
weak.
that's sort of
I'll
what
always
made
do
me
my
had
best.
to
Now and in the
scrap
matches
one
to
of the
come.
episodes. So in fact, we'll turn that also down a little bit. Really, I should have just taken a test recording, but we're in the midst of it now. It's too late. So yeah, that's all of our trainings. I think I'm going to go back on what I said. I think we're going to let Ivy just chill. Even though she is really good to just auto-promote. Instead, we're going to give it to everybody else. Not you. Change class. We're going to promote into Vidame. With the Vidame, we get Ignis. And wow, I really like this for what she is trying to be. Adding half of your strength to your magic damage. Or the other way around. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that one. That's why I love keeping Celine in her base class. It is also why I have some good confidence that the build that we're going to be going with for Celine is going to be pretty good, like fairly strong. I am looking forward to giving it a good shot, which I have actually played around with it already on another file, and it wasn't bad. I have not been able to do the full playthrough with it, so maybe it falls off, maybe it gets better, I don't know. We'll see. Alchrist is one of, if not my favorite unit in this game. He is promoting immediately. That is exactly why right there. Luna. I've already mentioned this when I was doing his bio. Luna is just so damn good on an archer. And there's a combo that we have just unlocked that it makes Luna even better. And I'll be showing that here momentarily. Go ahead and get him promoted. Some very nice growths there. That's not all. We will now be going with Diamant. And much like his brother, he's going to have the inverse here. With Soul. Diamant will also be coming into his own very soon. With his full build in action. We're not quite there yet. Got some good stuff there. Ivy, I intended to promote you, but you know, it is what it is. I did account for that correctly. Yeah, 0 Master Seals. We'll get you there. We shall get you there. That's for sure. Instead, I want to show you what we just unlocked with Alchrist. We now have Alchrist's main weapon, or main emblem ring here. Emblem Lyn on Alchrist
Leave it to me.
is so damn good. Now, she's already really good on pretty much any of the archers. Like, I'm talking Etier, as well as anyone else you reclass into an archer. There's an archer coming up soon that I don't think Lyn is a particularly good match for, but that's aside the point. This works super well, not because Alchrist is fiending for the speed. It is a very, very nice addition. But no, the reason it's so good is because Astra Storm, not only if you are a covert, does it up your range by 10, making you just shoot whatever you want on the map. You basically cover the whole thing. But also, you hit with 5 arrows. And every single arrow has its own individual chance to proc Luna. This is such an insane combo that I genuinely cannot imagine a better combo for Alchrist. If you have some ideas, let me know, because, like I said, he's one of my favorite units, and I would love to try them out. But I seriously don't think that you're going to beat this. So damn good. Now, Lucina, if I recall, I did not have anyone in particular that Lucina was going to be with long term. So, I will instead be granting it to someone who I think can make the most use of it, and that's going to be Jean. Because
Lucina, let's go.
Jean, once he is able to unlock Lucina's, if you're able to follow up, then you will, or whatever it is. I don't remember what it's called right now. It's the thing that you want to inherit on heroes, where you can, if they're in your move range. Well, Jean has a move of 6, which is much longer than most people. So I think Jean will make great use of this emblem ring. Technically, since we gave Jake the boots, he would also make great use of it, but I'm just gonna be honest, he's kind of doing fine. He's doing fine as it is. He doesn't really need anything. So we're just gonna plop Sharina on him. And Ivy is now going to be taking the Olwyn ring. Because Ivy currently doesn't have the most outstanding speed in the world. So I also need to go to inventory. And we need to trade this right here. Another thing to mention about Ivy's base class is that she already has access to staves. So you really can just use her in her base class. Even if you just use her as a support, she will function. A B in staves is incredible, especially for base classes. So I just really can't say enough about this unit being amazing. Really and truly, I think you should use her and just try to patch up her weak spots. Now that said, we do have some new stuff that we were wanting to take care of. Chloe happens to be a very fast unit. Which is why, even without the help of Lynn, she's going to be getting plenty of doubles. And I think that means
I am Chloe.
that she would be a good recipient of alacrity.
I won't be holding back. Victory is yours, but I won't lose next time. I always do my best. Now,
don't know, I
the
think you might.
matches to come. I wonder what kind of...
Skipping that because that's just going to be some pointless conversation. Let's keep going on this. Do you actually get any alacrity? Okay, it's just one. It's not great, but it's something. So as a matter of fact, we don't even need it right now. We're just going to see, can we inherit it yet, or do we need some books? We need some books. So here's what I'm going to do, since she's so close. Well, we'll get more books. That's fine. Go ahead and use this. Yes. As well as I will use this. There we go. Inherit on Chloe. Alacrity. There we go. So now, if we are incredibly faster, which there is a possibility of, it's not common, but there's a slight possibility that we will be, alacrity is going to proc there, and that's going to be pretty nice. There is one other... I guess she is only at 15. I don't see any point in doing it right now. I do have Anna marked down that she should end up with Speed Taker at some point. But I think since she's still benefiting from Star Sphere so much, and HP and Luck is something I want her to keep, I think we're just going to sit on this. And maybe at some point we'll commit to the Speed Taker. For now, though, I think we're fine. I think that pretty much ends what we're going to do in here. I think we're pretty well good to just go ahead and jump onto the chores. You know what? There is one more thing. I did commit to wanting to show a little bit, not truly and fully everything, but at least a little bit of everything. And therefore, I want to come over here, and we're going to do some fishing. So, if you were wondering how you might be able to get some more fish to be able to cook with, this is how you do it. Now, this does have a whole thing to it where, you need different rods to get different types of fish, and you need to try fishing at different times of day. I have never really been interested in this. So, I mean, if you want to go through and do all of this, then have at it. For me, I'm just going to show it off. Which apparently Diamond is in charge of all this. I had no idea. You can now fish in the pond. Press A to cast your line and keep an eye for ripples the big fish may make. Press A when the fishing float drops to its lowest point. If the fish struggles, tilt the left stick opposite to its movement to reel it in, or it will escape. Once you have reeled the fish in close, press A repeatedly to reduce its endurance.
Pick a rod.
Oh, man. Do I want to fish with a partner? Bubs will help you out?
Where
You
were
know
you
what?
thinking?
Let's do it. All right, let's go ahead and cast our rod over here. Nice golden piss water.
Now.
All right, come on, get back in the zone. We've almost got him. Oh. Success.
A stunning performance.
And there we have a char wall. Well, wasn't that
Do you
just
want to keep going?
invigorating?
Come back soon.
You can see why I didn't make a big deal out of this. So anyway, I think we're gonna go ahead and move on. I'll see you when I'm done with the chores. Okay, welcome back everyone. So, here we are at the forge. We're going to refine this hammer, which I think we've had for a while, but I could be wrong. We don't want to use any silver on it. That is simply a waste. But it is really exciting that not only is the damage going up, but we are getting a 65 instead of 60 hit on this. That's still not great, though. So, I will be doing a temporary engraving. I do not believe that this will be staying here. I will probably be moving it over. In fact, I honestly... I think you may have just noticed... You may have just watched me change my mind live. We have 2 new engravings here. Now, you will notice all of our other engravings from our other emblems are gone. This is why I said that you need to have all of your engravings in order before you go into Chapter 10. You will still have the engravings on your weapons. You do not need to worry about losing them. However, you will not be able to re-engrave other weapons with those same emblems. I'm probably about to sneeze. I may have been able to hold it off. I think we're good. Okay, so the tomahawk is incredibly weighty, and it does not have a good hit rate, and honestly, I did kind of want to keep this first before I say things.
I'll be here.
Before I just say words and make poor decisions. I do have a B rank, so I can use the tomahawk. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I do think that the tomahawk could be a good addition to Chloe's build here. But the Tomahawk is also just incredibly expensive to forge. If I recall, even level 1 requires, yeah, silver. So, I mean, this is just... It's a good weapon, but man, is it expensive. So, instead, we're just going to take the cheap way out, and we're just going to engrave it. Originally, I was going to put this on the hammer, but given who I'm going to put the hammer on, I don't think that matters as much. We're going to go ahead and put the engraving of Awakening on this Tomahawk. I'm actually going to hold off on using the Blazing engraving, which I should go to a different... There we go. As you may notice, now that I've hovered a killer weapon, this thing is actually really good on killer weapons. A whole 20 crit is very, very nice. Plus all the extra hit that it's going to give you. Particularly the killer axe is very good with this. I've also had some very good success on using it on the lance, the killer lance. You definitely want to be careful about putting this on some lower might weapons because it does reduce your might by a whole 3 points, and that's very rough to deal with. I do think that this is good, but it's fair. That's the biggest thing that I will say about it, is that it is a very fair engraving. I think you just want to toss this on a killer weapon, you're going to be good to go. I don't really have anyone I want to use it on right this minute, so we're just not going to do that. We're just going to save it.
I'll be here.
And now we need to put our inventory together. So Diamant has promoted, and he is now able to use all the way up to A rank axes, which means we should equip him with some. That is why I had this hammer made. He's going to take that, and I would love to go ahead and give him that tomahawk, but I do think that Chloe is going to get some pretty good use out of it. So instead, we will just simply be taking the hand axe. I know we probably have things a little reversed here, but I like the idea of upping the accuracy on it. We didn't need that steel. Actually, we have a brave sword, so you know what? Just toss it on you. Who knows? Maybe it'll come up. Everything else. Oh, what am I doing? You don't need that brave sword because we finally have a home for Revanche. I don't know how I forgot that I was doing this. Yes, I really like using Revanche on Diamant, and we end up using it a lot. However, I'm going to try to focus on sword power for a good long while I'm going to try to focus on Folkvanger for the most part because we have sword power. I think that we will ultimately benefit more out of the swords. I believe that pretty well does it in terms of equipping. Oh, one last thing is that Celine, you are now capable of using staves, so you should have one. Let's go ahead and toss a heal on you. Very, very diverse unit. But with that said, I think it's time to move on. Let's go to the world map. Like I said, we are going to be moving on with the story, but when we get onto the world map, you are going to see that there's a bit more options available to us. Not just that. No, still not talking about skirmishes. Okay. We have some paralogs available to us, which I will go ahead and kind of look at and show you. We have Paralog, Arena of the Gods. So, if you were ever wondering, why is it that our emblem bracelets can go all the way up to bond level 20, but the emblem rings only go up to 10? Doesn't that just make the DLC bracelets just far and away better than the rings? No. The rings must be upgraded, and this is how you're going to do that. You are going to go through paralogs, one paralog per emblem. As you can see here, a place of significance to Emblem Lucina. Here, the Divine Dragon will face an important trial. We're not going to do that just yet, as I feel it is good for us to continue on. Not only are we going to be arriving on some more Master Seals by doing this, but we'll also be picking up some more characters that we'll be able to train. So yeah, let's go ahead and just keep it going. Let's begin the chapter. The Sentinels.
So, this is Solm. It's very sandy.
The Queendom's land is covered in deserts. I believe this one is called Tula. And as you've no doubt noticed, it's much hotter than in Elusia. I fear I may melt.
What now, Divine One?
We'd better head straight to the palace. I just hope the hounds haven't gotten there first.
During my time in Elusia, the 4 hounds did pay a few visits to Solm. But they came back empty-handed each time, so I expect the palace is unharmed.
Thanks, Ivy. Pretty handy having an enemy as a friend.
I will choose to take that as a compliment.
Which emblem ring was entrusted to Solm?
The Radiant Hero. Said to be among the most powerful. Needless to say, it would be quite a boon.
Sounds like exactly what we need right now. Let's get going. Let's see. Which way to the palace again?
Divine One, I believe we passed that enormous rock earlier.
What? Really? All this terrain looks the same to me.
I wish I could help. My knowledge of Solmic geography comes only from maps. Wait a moment. Prince Alfred, Prince Diamant, your nations are allied with Solm. Haven't you gone to the palace before?
I did, but quite a long time ago. I don't remember the way.
I traveled from Firene. I've got no clue how to get there from Elusia.
So none of us knows where to go. All right, I'll say it. We're lost.
I'm afraid so. We can't afford to waste time. I wonder if there's a landmark to go by.
Hey, you don't look like you're from around here. What's with the outfits? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, but I took one look and thought to myself, they are lost.
And, who are you?
Who am I? I'm the guy, here to keep the peace in Tula Desert. Call me Fogado, yeah? As captain of the Sentinels, it's my duty to help people in need. You find folks need a hand, just let me know.
Thanks for that. As for myself, I'm the Divine Dragon, from Lethos.
Wait, yo? You're telling me the Divine Dragon is here, in my desert? No kidding?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
You weren't. There's no need to be formal with me.
Didn't expect you to be casual. That's cool. But hey, what brings you all out to my piece of the world?
We're on our way to Solm Palace, but we don't know how to get there.
This is your lucky day. Come on, just follow me. If I know how to get anywhere, it's the palace.
You don't mind?
Of course I don't. You know what's out there? Sand, as far as the eye can see. And I would rather you not have to deal with that. Lucky we met, huh?
Quite the character.
Thank you, Fogado. We appreciate your help.
Don't sweat it. Oh, you know what? I do have a quick errand to take care of first.
An errand? What kind of errand?
More of a mission. See, not too long ago, these freaky creatures started appearing everywhere. As captain of the Sentinels, when I get a report about a problem in the desert, I take care of it. Sorry about this. You have a sit, and I'll take you to the palace right after I'm done.
Actually, why don't we come with you? We can help.
Well, that'd be great. My friends went ahead of me. Let's go meet up with them. The problem's even worse than I expected. Hey, there they are! Pandreo! Bunet!
Fogado, you're late. I was starting to think you wanted us to die out here.
With any further delay, these creatures would have made a meal of us.
Sorry about that, fellas. But hey, I brought help.
Help? What do you mean, help?
Oh, Pandreo, my pious friend. This is really gonna blow your mind.
Hello, I'm the Divine Dragon. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's the Divine Dragon. The Divine Dragon? Hang on. What were you thinking, bringing the Divine Dragon here?
That hair! Like 2 scoops of sorbet swirling together in the desert heat.
Hey, save it for the kitchen. That's a deity you're talking about.
I knew this would get you 2 fired up. Divine One, these are my Sentinel friends. What do you say? Ready to handle a mission with us?
Ready.
Okay, I believe we are here at the map now. Yep, we are connecting. And we do have some friends here to accompany us on this map, and they are currently marked as green units, but much like our previous encounters with random people, you don't need to worry about allied units stealing all your EXP. They will be joining us immediately as the map begins. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what units we have. We've actually been cut down to size on our unit selection, and that's probably because we're going to be recruiting them immediately, and they want us to use them, but I mean, we're not going to be doing that. They don't have any emblem rings, and they can't earn SP. So, let's take a look here. I guess since Ivy's not promoted, we can actually go ahead and just leave her behind. I really want to prove how good this unit is, even without all of that. But, I mean, it's fine. We could just leave her behind for now. Instead, you know what? I know you're our only dagger unit, but we just promoted Diamant. We gotta get him in here. I think this is the party we should go with. I believe all of our inventories are... Well, I guess you could use a vulnerary, but other than that, we're pretty well stacked here. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Alchrist. Go ahead and get you a vulnerary. And then we're good to go. Now, let's go ahead and place our units around the map. We do have some villagers that we will need to protect. Now, it is going to take the foes a fairly long time to actually get there and start attacking them. But they do have some good stuff that we want, so we're not going to waste any time in getting there. We're going to put Chloe over here, who's going to be able to fly over all of this shenanigans and get us there pretty quick. Got some axe units here. How far can Diamant get if he stands here? I mean, that's good enough. Next, your lance. Let's match you with the sword. I don't want the magic so close together, so we'll separate them up. And I think that's probably what we're going to go with. Let's go ahead and get us started. I do want to... Let's go ahead and get us saved up here in slot number 1. I noticed that I was spoiling some of the later chapters by saving so low down. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, sorry about the abrupt cut, but this is actually attempt number 2 at this map, which is a bit shocking because this is not a very difficult map. I'll get a little bit more into that later. For now, I have fixed my inventories and fixed my positioning to make sure that none of what just happened happens again. So, let's try this again. Ready.
Help! Help! All right, Let's do this thing, Sentinels. And, guests.
Finally! Time to get this party started!
I will serve up a most deadly dish.
Before I forget, watch out for those patches of quicksand. That stuff will really slow you down.
As I said last time, he is correct, but he doesn't do a great job of explaining it. So, the quicksand. The way that it works is that you can see that it has a -3 movement penalty. However, unlike in old Fire Emblem games, instead of immediately dealing with the penalty of moving through desert, it will only inflict it on you when you end your turn there. So as you can see, Diamant has his full range of movement. However, when I come up here and initiate and kill this guy...
Nothing short of victory.
That didn't happen last time, so we're on a new seed, I can see. As you can now see, our movement is significantly cut down. Now, there is one thing I want to go ahead and take care of. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did to influence the AI to do this. But for some reason, I know why this guy went to the left. However, for some unknown reason that I cannot explain, this girl with the elixir decided, instead of running away, she wanted to run directly adjacent to the corrupted. And she died immediately. And then, that's not all. The rest of them decided to keep running and get into range of this axe fighter who had moved out of here. Meaning that they were dead. Guaranteed. I don't know what the hell happened, but that was a decision that they made, which is why Anna is going to do something I've never had to do on this map, but I am doing now. Anna is going to warp Chloe closer. That way Chloe can immediately get into combat.
I'm listening.
There we go.
It's tea time.
Now that we have the important stuff out of the way, I can go back and I can redo the bios. The Levin Sword is something that we can put away. I do have someone I want to use that on, but not right now. The bios! I started with Bunet because he is the most disappointing of the bunch, and we want to get that out of the way first. So Bunet, despite having the same voice actor of probably one of, if not the most powerful person in the Dragon Ball Super universe, is the weakest unit in this game. I know that's completely irrelevant, but I can't help but hear Whis' voice out of this guy. Anyway, Bunet. He is a great knight, so he is basically what if you combine an armor knight and a cavalier. You get, well, in this case, dog shit, if we're being honest. He just really doesn't offer anything. It would be a lot better, if we're being perfectly honest, it'd be a lot better if he was an armor rather than a cavalry. But he counts as a cavalry while still having the weaknesses of an armor. Don't get it, but that's how they decided to rule it. He is a pre-promote, so you don't need to waste a Master Seal on him. But if we're looking at his base stats, really all you're getting out of this is 20 defense. Great. Awesome. I don't care. I just have so many better units to use at this point. I genuinely think that Bunet might be the worst character in the game. You can make an argument for characters like Vander, since Vander just has such a hard time scaling into the late game. And technically Bunet is better than him. But if you compare to when you recruit them, Bunet is immediately pretty useless, whereas Vander is useful for the first, 5 chapters. So, I mean, that's my argument for why Bunet is the worst character in the game. There is one build that I can see you using. If you would like to reclass him into a healer, then you could do a very specific build in which you equip him with the Micaiah ring, because Micaiah really likes spamming Great Sacrifice and making sure that everyone on the map, all over the map, is completely healed. And I've already talked about the combo, or at least I think I did. I could be wrong. There's a combo where Micaiah users really enjoy having the inherited skill, Favorite Food from Celica. Favorite Food allows you to immediately recharge your emblem without having to stand on an emblem energy, simply by consuming your packed meal. Why is this better on Bunet than anybody else? Well, his personal skill is seconds. On a luck trigger percentage, he may be able to generate another packed meal, meaning you'd be able to use the Great Sacrifice again without having to use emblem energies. So, is it a pretty neat combo that works together? Yeah. Is it really worth running at all on Bunet? No, it's just use other units. They're just better. But I mean, if you want to have a fun and silly build, then I guess there you go. Overall, don't use this unit. That's my recommendation. Now, Pandreo, on the other hand, if you want to talk about a healer that does his damn job, oh boy, Pandreo is a beast. Also, being a promoted unit means you do not need to use that Master Seal. But unlike his compatriot, he actually shows what a promoted unit should be able to accomplish. Now, while 16 magic may be a little on the lower end of what you were hoping to receive from a pre-promote, that's still plenty. That's a lot of good damage, if we're being honest. Honestly, his biggest downside is that he only gets B rank in tomes, but if you feel like fixing that, you could easily reclass him out of the healing High Priest class, because let's just be honest here, S-rank staves aren't really that important. So long as you can get a class with A-rank staves, you're fine. You don't need the S. Just reclass into something that has B-rank tomes. And you definitely don't need the arts proficiency. So, if we just take a look at his base stats, that alone just screams useful. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is a good unit. And I highly recommend that you use him. Now, what can I say about his personal skill? It's actually... it's a really good personal skill on pretty much anyone else but him. So, hit and avoid, those are really good stats that you do want to pump up when you can. And this is one that you can actively plan around and actually has a reasonably good radius to go with it. But why would you want your healer to have a bunch of avoid? Why would you want your healer to be baiting hits? Sure, he has 22 res, but that means he's basically taking no damage from magic, and if you're putting up against physical, then what are you doing? So, it would just be a whole lot better off on pretty much any other unit. But, I mean, it's at least a good skill, and that's more than I can say about a lot of the other units in this game. Speaking of bad personal skills, we have Fogado, an extremely cool character that is also just, well, let me say it to you this way. He is the third archer that I was teasing earlier in this video, and he is bar none the worst of them. I can see arguments how some will say, well, Alchrist is better because he has the signature class. He's the balanced archer. He has Luna. Or some people might argue, well, no. Etsier is better because she has such a great strength growth rate, and you can just boost her speed with the Lin Ring. Fogado decided that he's going to be the opposite of SEA and say that strength is not important, we only need speed around these parts. Which is a really, really dumb thing to say. He has a 35 growth rate in strength, and he only starts with a base of 12. This is a GBA archer, and we are well past the GBA era of Fire Emblem. Now, what did I say about his personal skill? Charmer. During combat with an opponent who was also this unit's most recent opponent, he inflicts crit -10 on that foe. Cool. Why were you wanting to stand and fight people? Is it because this unit actually has decent defenses? You're still an archer. Why? Just why? This is a very poorly designed unit. I really do not like it, but there is a couple ways that you can go about this. 30 base strength is not that bad. In fact, a lot of our very strong units have a 30 base strength, and they are covered by their classes. You can do the exact same thing with Fogado. You can reclass him into a warrior, which, like I said, in terms of class growth rates, is probably the best class in the game. You will be able to make great use out of his speed, and if you focus more on bows than axes, since he doesn't really have that great of a build, this unit can excel. If you want to use him in his base class and his promoted class, because he is a Lord type unit, well, he does have a build that I have come up with, and it did work. It's not great, but it did work. There is an emblem that we do not have. It is a DLC emblem, and that emblem focuses on really trying to make mixed attacking units work. Why is that important? Because Fogado's magic growth rate is actually not the worst in the world. So this build requires a lot of investment, but if you give him something to the effect of Star Sphere to make it sure that his growths are going to be good, and then if you start investing in his magic stat rather than strength, you can actually make him easily the best archer unit for the Radiant Bow, which is a magic-based bow with a very high base damage. It requires a ton of investment, and it is not worth when you could just do anything else. But if you really like this unit, and you really think that his class is cool, and you really want to try him out, that is a way that you can use him as is. So, overall, do I recommend this unit? No, he is among the worst units in the game. However, there's a build that can be done, and it makes him pretty good. He will not be your strongest unit pretty much ever. Good luck. I hope you have fun with him, because at least once I did. So, that is my assessment of these three characters. Realistically, if you're looking for good characters only, Pandreo is the one to go with. However, I don't really want him.
Divine One, it's such an honor. Please, use my abilities as you see fit. I can use my staff to warp you or an ally somewhere far away on the battlefield.
He certainly can, and that is something smart that you could do, is you could go ahead and warp the Divine Dragon. However, we're not going to be doing that, because I don't feel that we need to. At least, I didn't think that we needed to until I saw what happened last time. Instead, we are simply going to be moving you down, moving you down, and moving you down. That is such a disappointment, because last time I clicked on Bunet, he said, "They're cooked." That is such a great line, and I had no idea that he said
Sounds
it.
perfect.
Alright, so let's go ahead. Can we cannot kill with the javelin, so we're unfortunately just going to have to give up on some of our movement here to make sure that we secure the kill. but that's fine.
Goodbye.
We're not too broken up about it.
I'll do my best.
The Divine Dragon, you're just going to come down here and delete this guy. And then Ultras.
I'm ready.
This is actually a last-second change that I made because Celine was not securing this kill, which makes sense. She is a magical unit versus another magical unit. Ulchrist, on the other hand, is physical and is going to absolutely destroy this guy. Easy peasy. It does put him in range, but it is a ranged attack that he's in range of, so he'll be fine. Celine, on the other hand, weirdly enough, I'm just not going to move her. We're going to go ahead and pick up this slim sword. We can toss it down the well later. But I do have a reason that I want her to stay there. Go ahead and get a drink of water real quick. Sorry for the silence.
You put up a good fight.
You gotta think, I've done, I think it was 2 full turns. 2 full turns of this map already that I had to reset. And I was talking for all of that, so, you know, mouth is definitely a little dry. Okay, so that definitely went a lot better. Normally, what is supposed to happen is that these guys are supposed to just stay out of range of all of the enemies. And if they move closer, then these guys will just move away from them. I don't know what happened that made them really want to just jump right into everything, but they didn't this time, so we're happy about that. Now, I am going to go ahead and move Diamant down here, because we want him going this way. And then Koei, you're going to go and finish off this guy. I believe we can canter up to this here. Claim that. Nice, it's a good amount of EXP. Jean, I want you handling all this crap up here. This guy's got an axe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will be shooting you, so let's go ahead and get that javelin ready. These guys, if I didn't make it clear, I actually don't plan on using any of them long term. Even Pandreo, who is good, we're just going to be... we just got a lot of units that I would rather use, so... Yeah, I'm not bringing them. Celine... I guess we can go ahead and move Celine up this way now. Anna, you can move here. And the Divine Dragon will actually move you this way to reinforce Celine. Ulchrist, let's go ahead and give you the Spirit. Good bit of EXP. And I think that'll be it for us. That guy's moving down.
Forgive me.
Alright. My boy Jean. Making it happen already. That guy can't move. Oh, where are you guys going? What are you doing? Oh, they're running away from this guy. I didn't see him. Can I shoot him? No. I'm in the sand. That's fine. We'll kill him from here. Go ahead and switch to our Noatun. I think that's probably the way I'll be pronouncing it from now on. Get some more EXP with a level up. Very nice. Alright. We'll take the strength.
I'm not
Get
badly
moving
hurt.
up here. Would be better if we had Canter so we could get out of the quicksand, but I didn't want to inherit something that ultimately is just going to be long-term on him anyway.
Is it strange
From the
that
emblem
I'm
itself. It would just be a waste. So we'll go ahead and send that. Do like having more iron items that I can toss down the well. So we're not upset about that in the slightest. Toss that antitoxin, the convoy. You up. I want Diamant trying to catch up with Anna here. Go ahead and move him over here. I know that looks a bit weird, but I was just trying to get him out of the quicksand. I think that's pretty well covered. This is why I was moving everyone around so weird. What? No, not again. Not again. See, this is what I'm talking about, where they just move further into it. Luckily, Ulchrist is here, and he's got a longbow, so he can handle it, but... They're just... I don't know what happened. They're usually, like, not bad. I know there's a meme about AI in, like, allied AI in Fire Emblem being just horrible. But this is beyond atrocious. I have never seen this. At least out of this game. I think we can go ahead and... No, you can't reach. I mean, you can with the tomahawk. Or the hand axe, rather. But that's not going to be enough. So we're actually just going to go item, Folkmonger, and we'll wait here. I don't know, can I can't even kill you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to assign Decoy on Diamant. That'll do it. That'll keep that safe over there for Anna. As for these guys, Celine is actually... She's not going to be fast enough to deal with this. Divine Dragon, he'll be fine to just go ahead and clap this guy. He can't deal with him unless he gets a crit. How do we want to handle this? We can always take chip shots. It's not like we're worried about that. Let's go ahead and do that. There you go. And Celine can definitely finish that off. It's a little bit of a shame that you're just out of range. Do you have... Hold on. So, Convoy. Do we have another ranged weapon just at the ready? You use swords. I mean, I guess there's the Levin sword. That won't be good, but it's there. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Take it out. And attack. With the Levin sword. 12 damage. That's not enough. You know what? But we may as well. Why the hell not? Alright, that's why the hell not. Okay.
As you wish, Divine One.
I didn't know I could be any more disappointed, but here we are. Let's just go ahead and take our confirmed kills. Get an easy one here.
Yeah. You were beautiful while you lasted.
Good stuff. And then Jake, let's just see if we can get a crit out of you.
I am the Divine Dragon.
Thank you very much. Just have a nice day.
I won't forget you.
Alright. Go ahead and move up. Take these guys out. And in all honesty, that might wrap up the chapter right there, because you're going to attack Jean and certainly die. And it kind of just depends on how Diamant... Well, actually, nope. He's definitely going to use the bow. He will use the bow on Diamant. So... We are not done just yet. But we're close. I want to say there's more reinforcements from the back of the desert here. I'm not sure about that, though. Just in case, I will leave Chloe here.
It's time! Victory is mine.
This is how I save lives.
Very nice.
Goodbye.
You did not use the bow. I mean, that does mean that we're done here. Alright. Just getting a whole lot of things wrong. I'm fine with that. This map was such a disaster compared to what it should have been. Oh. Oh, we're just going to jump immediately to collecting stuff. Don't mind if I do. It's a little hard to see because of the sand. Might actually have a little bit of better luck if I stare at the sky. Being able to see where the shinies are. This is a new place, so we're not getting a ton of ores out of it just yet. However, we do finally get our 5th dog that we will be able to use in the Somniel. We were supposed to get this a lot earlier, but we got extremely unlucky. I think this is actually my first time ever not getting my 5th dog. Way back when we were doing all those, like when we first started doing the Divine Paralogs. I think it was Jean's map. Jean's Paralog, where we recruited him. We were supposed to get a dog there, and we just didn't. Would be cool if we could get a camel, but unfortunately, there's rules about these things. Also, what you are supposed to do is run around and talk to these guys. If you do not, then it will automatically give you your gifts.
If not for your help, I would be no more. Take this item. I bet it'll be of use.
You had a lot deeper voice than I was expecting you did. But yeah, you're supposed to run around and talk to these guys.
In these parts again. Please mend your wounds with this.
But as I said, if you walk away and forget one or more of your rewards, and just go ahead and move on to the next map. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, was I wrong? No, the last guy will just give it to you. You don't have to listen to him. So if you're trying to be speedy about things, then yeah, you could just do it this way.
Nice going. You really showed him what the Divine Dragon can do. Now, to Solm Palace. Stay close. I'd hate for you to split off and get lost. Again.
Thanks, Fogado.
This ought to be interesting. It's been years since I visited the palace.
Years? I thought Solm and Firene had a good relationship.
Our countries are allies, sure, but that doesn't mean our families are close-knit. In fact, out of Solm's whole royal family, my mother and I have only met Queen Sephoria.
What? No one else?
Nope. Not the royal consort, not the crown princess, and not her brother the prince.
That's strange.
I never met them either.
Same thing happened to you, huh?
I may have forgotten the way to the palace, but I remember well what happened there. It was a strange scene. The queen received us alone, with no one attending her. When we asked to meet the princess and prince, she told us they weren't there.
She told us the exact same thing. I asked when they'd be back, and she said, no idea. It didn't make sense. If you're royalty, you can't leave your castle whenever you like. I got the feeling she was hiding them from us. But why? Were they sick or shy?
Shy? That would surprise me. Everyone we've met here has been so friendly.
The queen is too. There are just some things about the royal family that don't add up. Let's be on guard, all right?
Got it.
Yeah, you know, you're not wrong for thinking that.
We're here, Solm Palace. Now all that's left is asking those guards to open the gate.
Thanks for leading the way, Fogado. I don't know how we'd have gotten here without you.
Of course. Just another day in the life of a Sentinel.
I'll be sure to commend you to the Queen. Anyway, now we'd better be on our way. Huh? Fogado, what are you doing?
Talking to the guards. What else?
Does he have a meeting with the Queen as well?
Beats me. Maybe he's here on some kind of Sentinel business.
Fogado, wait for us!
Hey, I'm home!
Home?
Welcome back, Prince Fogado.
I'll open the gate.
Yes, let the gate be open!
Prince.
Here's we're kind of in the castle
Did that
already.
god say Prince?
Unless we misheard him. In exactly the same way.
Thanks for waiting, folks.
Fogado, we're a little confused. Are you the Prince of Solm?
Did I not mention that?
No, you didn't.
Whoops! Egg meat face! Right, let me do this properly. I'm Fogado, Captain of the Sentinels, and the Prince of Solm. Welcome to my family's palace. Come on in. You wanted to meet Mom, right? Mom! Visitors!
What is happening?
I didn't realize he was royalty.
Prince personally going on patrols. Not something you see every day.
I wonder why we never met him before. He doesn't seem sick. He's certainly not shy.
It's a mystery. Anyway, let's head in. Don't want to keep Prince Fogado waiting.
Stolen, miserable, torn apart from your friends. How delicious.
Lady Vale.
Zephyr, tell me, what are the Divine Dragon's forces up to?
They passed through the Shadowy Moor. It appears they've arrived in Solm.
So they did not return to Brodia. They're gathering more rings. Good.
Can we go after them, Lady Vale? I'm itching for a rematch.
Patience, Marnie. If we wait, we can steal Solm's ring from them along with the others.
Oh, smart. I'll be a good girl and wait then.
You are a treasure, Marnie.
Isn't she just? The pride of the Four Hounds.
You two really heap on the praise. That's why I love ya.
You're such a child. Praise is for chumps. It's much more fun to be punished.
Worry not, Gris. You will soon have all the agony your heart could want.
That's what I like to hear. The perks of the gig right there.
And you, Mavir? How would you like to be rewarded?
Nothing for me, my lady.
You won't even say my name. How cold. That's all right. For now, we wait. We watch. And then, when the time comes...
Lady Vale?
I've been awake for too long. I'm asleep. Here are your instructions. Zephyr, take charge.
As you wish.
Well, that appears to be it. Looks like we're going to have to wait to meet the Queen, but that's perfectly fine. That was a lot of cutscene for just the end of a chapter. So, next time, Fire Emblem Engage, we will be meeting the Queen. See you then.